At first glance, Itachi Uchiha appears to be one of the greatest villains in anime history. A prodigy turned traitor, a brother who slaughtered his own clan without hesitation, a man who walked away from everything he once loved and never looked back. For years, that's exactly how the world saw him. A cold-blooded killer, a rogue ninja, a symbol of betrayal. But the truth about Itachi Uchiha is far more complex than that, because everything you think you know about him is only half the story. Itachi was not just powerful. He was not just intelligent. He was a man who understood the world in a way most people never could. From a very young age, Itachi was exposed to the harsh reality of war. He didn't grow up in peace. He grew up surrounded by death, conflict, and suffering. While other children were learning basic ninja skills, Itachi was already questioning the meaning behind violence. He wasn't focused on becoming the strongest. He was focused on understanding why people fought in the first place. And that perspective changed everything. Because when you understand the cause of conflict, you begin to see solutions that others can't. As he grew older, Itachi quickly became known as a prodigy. His intelligence, skill, and maturity were far beyond his years. He rose through the ranks faster than almost anyone else. But with that growth came responsibility. And with responsibility came pressure. The Uchiha clan, one of the most powerful clans in the Hidden Leaf, began to feel isolated. They felt mistrusted, watched, controlled. And over time, that tension turned into something far more dangerous. A plan to overthrow the village. A coup that would have thrown the entire shinobi world into chaos. And Itachi was placed directly in the middle of it. On one side was his clan, his family, his identity. On the other side was the village, the system that maintained order, the fragile peace that kept war from breaking out again. This was not a simple decision. There was no perfect answer, no solution where everyone could be saved, only consequences. And Itachi understood those consequences better than anyone else. If the coup happened, it would not stay contained. It would lead to conflict, retaliation, war, and countless innocent lives would be lost. So Itachi made a decision that would define his entire life. He chose the village, not because he hated his clan, not because he lacked loyalty, but because he believed it was the only way to prevent something far worse. And in order to stop that future, he did the unthinkable. He eliminated his own clan, his own people, his own family. But even in that moment, there was one person he could not bring himself to kill: Sasuke, his younger brother, the person he loved more than anyone else. Instead of taking Sasuke's life, he gave him a purpose. He allowed Sasuke to live, to grow, to become strong. But he also gave him something else: hatred. Because Itachi needed Sasuke to hate him, to see him as a villain, to pursue strength with everything he had. Because in the end, Itachi's plan was never about himself. It was always about Sasuke. After the massacre, Itachi left the village and joined the Akatsuki. From the outside, this only confirmed what everyone believed: that he had truly become a criminal, that he had abandoned everything. But the reality was very different. Even within the Akatsuki, Itachi was still acting with purpose, still observing, still controlling the situation from the shadows. He was not just a member, he was a strategist, someone who understood how dangerous the organization was, and someone who ensured that certain lines were never crossed. Even among some of the most powerful and dangerous individuals in the world, Itachi remained calm, composed, and always one step ahead. But the most important part of his plan was still unfolding. Sasuke. Everything Itachi did was leading toward one final moment. A confrontation between brothers, a battle that would decide everything. But unlike most fights, this one was never meant to be fair, because Itachi was not fighting to win. He was guiding the outcome. From the very beginning of their fight, Itachi controlled the pace. He pushed Sasuke to his limits, forced him to grow stronger, tested every ability he had developed. And when the moment came, Itachi made his final move. He didn't defeat Sasuke. He didn't take victory. He gave it to him, because that was always the plan. To die by Sasuke's hand, to free him from the burden of revenge, to make him stronger, and to ensure that he could move forward. After Itachi's death, the truth slowly began to surface. The reality of his actions, the reasons behind his choices, the sacrifices he made in silence. And everything changed. The villain the world once feared became something else entirely. A protector, a strategist, a man who carried the weight of an entire world on his shoulders. But even now, the debate still exists. Was Itachi right? Was there another way? Could he have saved both his clan and the village? Or was he simply trapped in a system that gave him no real choice? Because that's what makes Itachi such a powerful character. Not just his abilities, not just his intelligence, but the moral complexity of his decisions. He wasn't perfect. He made choices that caused pain, choices that led to loss. But he made those choices believing they were necessary, believing they would protect something greater. And that belief shaped everything he did. Itachi was never trying to be a hero. He never sought recognition. He never wanted to be understood. In fact, he accepted being hated. Because in his mind, if that hatred protected others, then it was worth it. And that's what makes him truly dangerous. Not his power, not his techniques, but his mindset. Because a person who is willing to sacrifice everything, their name, their reputation, their relationships, even their own happiness, is someone who cannot be easily predicted or stopped. So when people talk about strength, when they rank the strongest characters, they often overlook someone like Itachi, because his power was never just physical. It was strategic, emotional, psychological. He didn't just fight battles. He shaped outcomes. He didn't just react to the world. He understood it, and in many ways, controlled it. So now the real question is, was Itachi Uchiha a villain, a hero, or something far more complex? Because when you truly understand his story, you realize that Itachi was never playing the same game as everyone else. He wasn't chasing victory. He was shaping the future. And in doing so, he became one of the most misunderstood and most dangerous minds in anime. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. See y'all in the next video of Hidden Tier.